Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Necroza, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the top 5 best fruits to use, like in Second C, as well as unawakened and awakened versions. So I'm going to have two lists. One will be unawakened list, which is, it will have unawakened fruits, right? And then number 2 will be awakened, which some you won't even be able to awaken, but it's still going to be on the list. But some fruits are awakenable and unawakenable. Anyways, let's get right onto it. All right, first of all, we have flame fruit, which is really good, mostly definitely good for long range. Also, this is going to be the unawakened section first, because we just got to get that out the way, and then we'll go on to the unawakened version. Awakened version of it. Unawakened flame is really good, has very insanely good long range, which can hit like these guys from like a mile away. Well, blocks fruit pixel miles away. Anyways, as you can clearly see, I'm hitting them from a very far area. Anyways, next up we have burning blast, which is pretty solid. It has solid range. It can burn enemies, I believe, so that's very overpowered. As you can clearly see, these are very good for like boss farming as well, which is very nice. Burn, burst, boom, easy. You can pull them towards you. Next up we have fire column, which is very good for just doing that. You can send your guys flying into abyss, and then you can pull up with a combo, just like that. Boom, boom, bop. Next up we have flame destroyer, which is very good, actually. Very good range, very good AoE, and boom, just look at that size of that AoE. Very nice. Charge them up just like that. Now crusty patty them, and then cook them up. Anyways, obviously we do have the flight, which is completely dog water, but it's still flight, right? Right, yeah, it's still flight. Come on now. All right, guys, next up we have ice fruit. Obviously ice is very good, mostly for stunning bosses and destroying them, but it's also good for it's pretty good for farming, honestly. So obviously you have the M1, which just makes it very cracked, and then you have ice spear. Very long range move, very versatile. It's very nice to use as well. Boom, you can always go up and hit them, which is very nice. And this move you can definitely use from like quite the distance, if I'm being honest, like that. Boom, 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 and it hits. Never mind, it didn't hit. It's solid distance. Anyways, next up you have ice surge. Boss coming towards you, and then you just want to push them away, just like that. Boom, easy done. And it's very nice, and then you can just pull up with that, and you can just deal insane amount of damage, which is very nice. Next up you have ice butter. This move basically stuns your enemies, just like that. Freezes them, and you can just go in and attack them. Same with the glacial apoc, which is the last move. Very nice. But you cannot attack for like 2 seconds, obviously, and then you would just pull up with that, and you win the game. Nice. So obviously, C is very good for boss killing, since you can freeze them in an instant. You don't exactly have to wait. With the glacial apoc, you do gotta wait like a second or two before you can start attacking. And then what you want to do is use V, C, and then like Z and then X, which is very good combo. As you can, let me demonstrate the power. You use V, you use C, you want to hit them like twice, you want to use this, and then use that, and then you would basically just kill them. Obviously you don't have V-Club, but I'm just demonstrating ice combos. Anyways, going on to the next one. All right, guys, next up we have the love fruit, something you will never obtain in your life. Anyways, this fruit's really good for grinding. Anyway, it doesn't have like any like M1 attacks, obviously. Now it's also not a Logia fruit, but that's not what matters. This is like very good. Anyways, let's go ahead. Starting off, we have the heart shot. Very good, insane amount of damage, really good range, and like it's very correct, if I'm being honest. Next up you have Cupid zone. One more time, bro, I'm getting all these words mixed up. Also, once again, love shot. Boom, boom. It also pushes your guys further back, which is very nice. Next up you have Cupid zone. Obviously this is very interesting to use. All right, you can point at your guys, use it, and boom, it'll attack them. It'll also slow down your guys, which is very nice. Apparently you cannot jump in it either, so that's pretty cool. We can test it out. Of course you have love shot, which is very nice. And then now let's test this out. Let's see if my Berta can actually jump up. You know what? I think I deserve that. Come on. Kill me, bro. That's crazy. Ain't no way we just missed that. Alright, going back to this beautiful move. This time I'm actually going to do it differently. Last time I was attacking Adam. I'm going to attack a little bit up. And as you guys can see, it clearly attacks him. Yes, he can jump, but he can't really do anything besides that. No sprinting, no nothing. He basically slows him down completely. Next up, we have irresistible attraction. You can click it and make it a smaller range. Or I'm gonna wait for this to like do the thingy, bro. Or you can hold it down and make it very big range for you, enough to just pull them in, and then you just you Cupid zone, and then you do this, and then you combo them, and then you beat them up. And for the best move in history, where this move is really good for like AFK grinding and stuff. Best ofrendo. it basically creates a best friend that attacks for you. Yeah, hey, yo, chill, bro. Anyways, yeah, it's really good. Very, very, very juicy. It's honestly really overpowered as well because he lasts for a while. So one more thing, you can like fly and attack. Yeah, it's overpowered, man. If you want to grind, this fruit's definitely it, bro. And you can also obviously go up and you can use a lot of these moves. And obviously, if you want to FK farm, you just go up, you know, boom that, and you can farm now. Obviously, these fruits are also good for first seed. Like, this fruit would be good for any seed, really. If you get it, if you get your hands on it, you win, basically. But this fruit, very, very good. Honestly, it's really good. And one more thing about that, you can pick up other people with it. I believe I can pick you up with it. Yeah, just like that. Now we can attack. Hey, yo, chill, man. It ain't that serious, bro. All right, guys, next up, you have light. The only reason why this is better than love fruit is one, because of the flight speed, and of course, you have M1, and it's Logia, which obviously makes it far greater than love, even though love is very good. Anyways, starting off, you have the M1 attacks, obviously the basic attacks, and then you have light ray. Light ray is really good. It has some solid, decent amount of range, which you can attack from quite a far distance, which is very nice. And it honestly goes down pretty fast, so you can definitely use it quite a bit. Next up, you have barrage of light, which is better for close range only because it actually like can actually hit them all, you know. If you use it from a far range, here, let me show you. Give me a second. Let me wait for this to finish. As I was saying, if you use it from like a little bit of a far range, you don't exactly hit your guys often. Just like that, look at him. I'm pointing directly-ish at him, and this is not hitting. Definitely better to use like from close range. Next up, you have reflection kick. Very good for versatile reasons. It can teleport you from one side to the other side instantly, which is very good for either dodging attacks if you can time it correctly, or just dealing crazy amount of damage. It's very good, very efficient. It definitely works because you can actually use it like meow, and then just like that, boom. You see how I was looking that way, it shot that way and then came this way. It really does depend on like where you're looking. Next up, you have sky beam barrage. You can definitely use it from far away. You just gotta point your mouse at it, click it if you're on mobile, and boom, instant usage. Boom that, and you basically just kill them. And obviously, you do have the flight. You can only fly one direction with this, sadly, because you don't have awakened version, but for the most part, that is not that bad, as you can clearly see. And he missed because he's on fat nub, just like that. Hey, yo, chill, bro. Hey, yo, I promise, man, it ain't that serious, bro. It ain't that serious, bro. Trust. Hey, yo, chill, bro. Chill. All right, next up, you have Blizzard. Boom, eat this up. Yes, I'm eating Blizzard, guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button just for the fact that I did that. Anyways, this fruit, really good. It's Logia, which makes it really nice. And obviously, you have some very crazy overpowered moves. So this first one is Snow Flake Shuriken, which is very nice. Very somewhat versatile, quite large range. It goes in a cone, which is very nice. That means you can attack anything that's in front of you. It's also very good range, just as you can see. Boom. As you can clearly see, it goes from here to there, which is very solid range. Next up, you have Whiteout. Whiteout is really good. It's like tornado that goes left and right, swirls, and it just takes your enemies, picks them up, and then takes them with you, which is really good. Next up, you have Howling Wind. You can point it at certain, you know, and then boom, it just creates like a whole bunch of winds, and then, you know, it does damage and then cool stuff just like that. Obviously, you can target both of those moves, make it overpowered. And then the best move for last, you have Blizzard Domain. This move really overpowered, insane amount of range. If you get this, bro, you're basically cracked at the game. You're winning. Look at how much damage it does. It's insanely good for farming. Mostly the last move, it just like it's a little bit too overpowered if I'm being honest. But honestly, really good, really hecking good. Next up, you have Tornado Flight. This move, it's honestly, the flight is not that bad if I'm being honest. And the best thing for last, it's M1. No, I'm just playing, it's not M1, but it can also, like, you can go fly towards enemies and kill them, which is really overpowered. All right, boys, next up we have the Awaken section, which we have Awaken Flame at 5th place once again. Bro, Flame is just too OP if I'm being honest. All right, the first move that we have is Blue Fire Bullets. This move is really good. It's like Prominence Wave type thing, you know. It's real cool, you know. It's epic, and it charges really fast, which is very nice. And obviously, you know how to beef. It's Flame Fruit. It has insane amount of range, which is very nice. Next up, you have Prominence Burst, which is very juicy. Just look at that. It creates like a cannon type of shoot, and it makes fire wherever it lands, which is very nice. Blue Fire as well, which is absolutely crazy. So if you were able to hit this Prominence Burst, then it would just create insane amount of damage. Plus, you can just live in your fire, and they'll just take damage slowly. Next up, you have Flaming flashing vortex. Very, very nice. Just look at that. It sends you flying as well, creating like a whole flamey area down there, which is just like this, but it also creates like a little vortex type thing, which is very nice. You go flying up, which is insane. Next up, you have Hell's Core. Basically just, you know, the other move, but, you know, more glowy, more shiny, and does a lot more damage. And it has a much bigger range, I believe, which is very nice. And you can also flame, you know, which is overpowered as heck. And obviously the last thing that you have is Rocket Flight. It's a little bit faster actually, so that's pretty nice. But besides that, yeah, that's basically all there is. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. All right, boys, for this spot we have Magma. Yes, Magma's obviously not as high as you guys probably thought, but you're gonna have to get Magma maxed out completely, just like the first one, which is pretty sad, but it's all right, it works, you know. So this fruit's really good for grinding. If you can get all your guys in, it's really good for grinding. It's also like the best damage dealing fruit in the game currently. So epic. Anyways, starting off, you obviously you are Logia, which makes it very overpowered, and you have the first move, which is Magma Shower, which just creates a bunch of magma just like that. It deals so much damage. Just look at the damage rivaling. It's crazy, honestly. Next up, you have a Volcano Assault, which just charges at your enemy, blast them, and then shoots them forward. Obviously, this move like finishes really fast. You can also move around with it, making it really cool. Next up, you have Great Magma Hound, which honestly, it's like a shooter type thing. You know, boom, it creates a blob of, you know, magma at your opponent. Well, as long as you can hit, that is. And it basically deals a crazy amount of damage. That move's pretty solid, honestly. So that's good. Let's use it again from a little bit further range, see how far it goes. And if I were to go ahead and shoot right there, it should shoot it. No, man, not close enough. Close enough to be honest. Next up, you have Volcano Storm. Volcano Storm is very good. This move does so much damage. Let's look at that. Look at how fast that piles up. You can also stack it with like this or something, and you can stack it with this, doing even more damage, which is crazy. And obviously the final thing, you have Beast Ride, aka the freaking what's it call it, Sea Beast Troll. Yay, because it creates the sea beast noise whenever you use it, which is very sad. But anyway, let's get on to the next one. All right, boys, obviously we gotta have light in this at number 3, which is pretty solid. Obviously M1 makes it overpowered, and of course the moves are even better. We got Divine Arrow that can go up to 3 stages. Yes, 3 stages. You can hold it down, it'll create like a shiny effect 3 times. That creates 3 arrows just like that. Obviously you can always use it once. Let me demonstrate soon as it's ready. And obviously it doesn't like have big range if you just use it once just like that, you see. And it also deals less damage, but you can definitely use it just once. Next up, we have Hand of the Emperor. Definitely good for if you're trying to like pull your guys in and then they're all clustered up together and you can deal damage. Very good. Next up, we have Light Speed Destroyer. Single target, but it's very good. Boom, 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 boom. Obviously very good for fighting bosses, which is very nice because you can target them, stun them, you know, deal crazy amount of damage. Next up, you have Wrath of the Gods. This move, really good. Look at that. It's crazy wild. It deals so much damage as well. And obviously, for the final thing, you have the Flight, which you can actually control. The controlling part is very annoying, but you know, it's manageable, I guess, if you understand how to actually use it properly, which I still don't, but you know, we don't talk about that. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. This fruit, really good. It's Logia, which makes it really nice, and obviously you have some very crazy overpowered moves. So this first one is Snow Flake Shuriken, which is very nice, very somewhat versatile, quite large range. It goes in a cone, which is very nice. That means you can attack anything that's in front of you. It's also a very good range, just as you can see. Boom, boom, boom. As you can clearly see, it goes from here to there, which is very solid range. Next up, you have Whiteout. Whiteout is really good. It's like tornado that goes left and right, swirls, and it just takes your enemies, picks them up, and then takes them with you, which is really good. Next up, you have Howling Wind. You can point it at certain, you know, and then boom, it just creates like a whole bunch of winds, and then, you know, it does damage and then cool stuff just like that. Obviously, you can target both of those moves, make it overpowered. And then the best move for last, you have Blizzard Domain. This move, really overpowered, insane amount of range. If you get this, bro, you're basically cracked at the game. You're winning. Look at how much damage it does. It's insanely good for farming. Mostly the last move, it just like, it's a little bit too overpowered if I'm being honest, but honestly, really good, really hecking good. Next up, you have Tornado Flight. This move, it's honestly, the flight is not that bad if I'm being honest. And the best thing for last, it's M1. Nah, I'm just playing, it's not M1, but it can also, like, you can go fly towards enemies and kill them, which is really overpowered. And y'all know what it is. Number 1, Buddha. All you need is 1 awaken on it. All you need is this, and then you pull out your sword or your fighting style, you know, and then you just do this. This is literally all you do, and then you win the game. Honestly, it's crazy how like crazy Buddha is. All you have to do is this. Obviously, this is no good if it's now upgraded or you awaken once, because it just then becomes trash. But besides that, it's literally Buddha cracked number 1 fruit in the game. Obviously, this can also go against the Blizzard, I guess. Blizzard, I definitely prefer more than Buddha. It's more fun and entertaining because you don't gotta just sit there and attack. You know, you can actually attack and die close enough. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and yeah, get ready to see like a part 3 of this as well, which is, you know, 3rd sea. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Sheesh.